Hello everyone and welcome to Lorae in Monterrey. Today I'm going to teach you the way I make Arroz Rojo, otherwise known as Mexican red rice. Arroz Rojo is a staple in Mexican cuisine, and all it is rice that's been cooked in chicken stock and tomato juice. It's the tomato juice that gives it that beautiful red color. Okay, so what you will need to get started is long grain rice, vegetable oil, chicken broth, roma tomatoes, onion, garlic, a hot pepper such as serrano or jalapeño, and then Knorr chicken or tomato bouillon powder and salt. We're going to start off by rinsing our rice in warm water. Once the rice is rinsed, let it dry completely before frying it. So turn your stove on high and add in your oil. Once the oil is very hot, add your rice to the pan. You need to be sure that all the rice gets coated in the oil. Keep an eye on this and continue to stir until the rice begins turning opaque. At this point, it's time to add in your chopped onion. Continue stirring and frying until the rice begins to turn a little bit darker and tan. We also need to make our tomato sauce. So blend your tomatoes, the 1/4 onion, and the garlic. You can use a blender or a food processor for this. I personally prefer a food processor. Once your rice has darkened in color, it's time to add in our tomato mixture. Lower the heat to medium and add it into the pot. At this point, I usually add in some salt and some powdered Knorr tomato bouillon. The tomato bouillon is only going to help it be even more vibrant red. You can add in as little or as much of these as you want. This is where you're going to get that salty flavor. So be careful not to add too much. Stir it up and let it cook until it thickens a bit. Once your rice looks like this, it's time to add in your chicken broth. I always have chicken broth on hand in my freezer, and that's what I'm using here. But you can buy chicken broth as well. It's important that your chicken broth is hot when added to the rice. So add in your chicken broth and bring it to a boil. If you would like to add in some aromatics like a jalapeño or a serrano pepper or even a couple of sprigs of cilantro, now is the time to do that. Once you've added your aromatics, reduce the heat and put the top on for about 15 minutes and just let the rice cook. I often transfer my rice to my rice cooker just because it's easier for me, but you can continue cooking it on the stove. Cook for about 15 minutes or until the rice is fluffy, and then you're done. In the last couple of minutes of cooking, go ahead and stir your rice. This will help incorporate the tomato mixture evenly throughout the rice. And that's it. This is how you make Mexican red rice. When and if you need to reheat your rice, I actually recommend reheating it in the microwave. This is probably one of the only times I will recommend that you use a microwave. I have found that it keeps the structure of the rice better than anything else. But this is how you make it. I'd love to hear what you think. How do you cook your Mexican red rice? If you liked this video and would like to see more, show us some love by subscribing and liking the channel. Until next time, this is Lorae in Monterrey.